Alright, welcome back to Samuel Morgan's Vlogs Thanksgiving special.
Albuquerque is a turkey, and he's feathered and he's fine, and he wobbles and he gobbles, and he's absolutely mine.
Alright guys, so we're going to our friend Dunn's house for Friendsgiving, because you know, not all of us are going home for Thanksgiving, and we don't have our families here. They have no idea what's going to happen right now. It's going to be awesome. Hello?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's a surprise.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving! Alright, so I'm going to show you how guys... don't ignore me! This is like so embarrassing for me. I don't like other people watching me. But anyways, I'm going to show you one of the, like the things that we're making for Thanksgiving dinner. One of the things I do. So I'm making just kind of like, it's a vegan meal. But, so the main thing is going to be like rice is the base, just the grain. So just pour it in some cup, I pour about 5 cups of rice, and then you always have to make sure that you rinse it out. So just get some water in there, and then mix it around. Make sure you wash your hands beforehand, of course. And then you're just going to mix it in there, and then rinse it out repeatedly until all kind of until the water becomes clear. Alright, so once you properly rinse out the rice, I always do a 1-to-1 portion. 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice. You guys make this hard.
More cooking.
More Alright, and then once you're done doing all that, obviously just place it right in there. Close the lid, and then it's pretty easy if you got a nice rice cooker. Just start it. Simple as pie. Alright, and then for the main dish, so I'm making 2 different things. I'm making stuffed mushrooms and kind of like a marinated, so I got like tofu mix. I'm gonna mix it in with the rice and then have some green beans on the side. Alright, so I already did all the prep work. Yourself a Ziploc bag, some tofu, onions. You're gonna chop them up, get them all nice. And then for the sauces, I use barbecue sauce. I use banana sauce, which is kind of like a spicy kind of ketchup that's a Filipino thing. I use some lime juice. Oh, hello. Lime juice, and then cayenne pepper, paprika, and then I always enjoy some cilantro just to balance out the flavor so it isn't like too salty or spicy. Basil leaves, and then soy sauce. So soy sauce and barbecue sauce are gonna be like the main ingredients for the marinade. And then just, I don't really like do portions, so just kind of make it do your flavor. Alright, you're gonna add more soy sauce you add, obviously you have to add more barbecue sauce, and then if it's too salty, sometimes add sugar or something sweet to balance it out. I usually like to use olive oil, personally. I don't recommend canola oil or peanut oil. Canola just doesn't taste as good. And peanut oil, you know, people are typically allergic, so you have to be careful. Once it's all heated up, then take some spoon, and you're just going to start spooning it into there. So you can retain some of the sauce for later use.
Albuquerque is a turkey, and he's feathered and he's fine, and he wobbles and he gobbles, and he's absolutely mine. Gobble, 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 gobble.
I used 1 whole onion. I used about half of it for the marinade, and then use probably like 1/4 for just that you reserve off to the side, and then you're gonna add it in later. So just take a little bit and you sprinkle it in there and cook it in. Use some of the onion just to marinate it, and then you just add some fresh onion in there also to add some more flavor. And to help with the whole process of getting the tofu out, instead of you spoon most of it, and you still want some of the sauce in there, you get a little pot, put the strainer on top of the pot, and then you're just gonna start pouring the rest of it in there. So you can separate the sauce and the ingredients in case there's anything left. And then I shake it up a little bit just to make the marinade go down easier down the strainer. And then just take whatever's remaining, pour the rest in there. Once it comes to a boil, you just turn down the heat to about a mid, and then let it cook off the rest. Still constantly stirring. We are waiting for tofu to cook. and just start on the stuffed mushrooms. So I already carved out the mushrooms. For the stuffed mushrooms, obviously, I get some baby portobello mushrooms. You can use whatever you want, as long as they're big enough to stuff in. But you take it, just take a knife and carve it out. The mushrooms, the stuffing that you chop up and put in a little baggie, a quarter of an onion. It can be white, red, whatever you prefer. Some cheese, some salt, pepper, and then olive oil for the pan. Pour the olive oil in there. Check up on this again. Keep stirring it. Pour the mushrooms in there. Let them cook. Let them cook first so it sets. And then while you're doing that, you're gonna let the onions here, and you're gonna sweat them. Now what I mean by sweating is after you chop them up, you're gonna take some confectionate sugar. So I like to use cane sugar just because it's healthier for you. And then take some, put in the onions, mix it around. Once it's mixed up, just let it sit there for a little bit while you're cooking the mushrooms. And back over here, got the mushrooms cooking. Gonna add some salt and pepper to flavor, obviously. So I don't add a whole lot of pepper, probably like, I guess like a teaspoon. And then I got the Himalayan salt pepper. I think it's just preferred taste. You start cooking that. Add about the same amount, maybe even a little bit more than the pepper. Now you don't have to do this exactly at the same time. You can wait for the onions first and then put them in there, and then the cheese, or you can just put some of the cheese. I like to put some of the cheese in there just so it gets nice and melted and the flavor gets in there. And we're gonna add some more later on top also. Now the other thing I'm gonna add in there is this right here, the Boca beef crumbles. So it's fake meat. Just add some more flavor to the stuffing. Alright, I like to add some more salt or pepper and maybe some more cheese just to get the flavoring right. I like to add it in between steps and the ingredients.
He's my Albuquerque turkey, and I'm awfully proud of that. Gobble, 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 get. He's my Albuquerque turkey, and I'm awfully proud of that.
Alright, and then after about like 5 minutes or so, the onions are good to go, and then you can add them in, because you've already sweated them out. I like to add some minced garlic in there. You typically do about like a quarter of a teaspoon. As you can see, there's kind of like a lot of onion in there right now, so just add some more. If you have more mushroom available, add some more mushroom, or just add more your like beef crumbles or whatever other meat sorts you're adding in there, just to balance it out so the onions don't overpower everything. Once the rice is done, you're just gonna get a nice little tray like this or something to put it in, scoop it out.
The kids love the music that they can do stuff to.
Yeah.
And you're gonna start placing that pan. Okay, so once you got a nice layer of the rice right here, just pour this in there. And then try to mix it in there just so get some of the rice, get some of the flavor. Line it back out as much as you can just to get it even so it looks nice. And once you do that, you also want to have like that sauce that you put off to the side earlier, have it warm up a little bit. Drizzle it over. Come on, boy. Just get some like cilantro or something and sprinkle it on there.
Yeah.
And I'm really weird about leftovers. Like I don't, pretty much after 24 hours I won't eat.
Then you're gonna take those green beans and you're gonna place them on opposite corners. Take your carved out mushrooms and just line them up. Give enough space in between. And then once you place the mushrooms, get your stuffing. You're just gonna spoon it in there. Alright. And once you've done that, just top it with some cheese. Just sprinkle it on top. Alright. Once you've done that, then just set them in the oven. I just need it. I don't know how long. Alright, so you just set it in there. You can put whatever, like 350, 375, not too hot. Just so it can slowly cook the mushroom on the outside and melt the cheese. And give it like maybe like 15, 20 minutes maybe. Got the chicken here. In 2 packs, obviously. Let it thaw out and then season it before we air dry it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get we're gonna season it with lemon pepper, some garlic powder, black pepper, some salt, and then we use just a little bit of seasoned salt because it adds such a strong flavor. Alright, and then once you get the seasoning all in there, just take your chicken. Make sure you kind of got it covered everywhere, so mix it a little bit. Or you're gonna take it and get some trays and place it on the tray. Just like so, and make rows of them. Once you got the chicken all nice and seasoned placed on there, you're just gonna place it in the oven.
He once told me very frankly he preferred to be my pet, not the main course at my dinner, and I told him not to fret.
Alright, so this is all the food we got so far. Got the croissants, got some turkey, and over here is the dishes I made, stuffed mushrooms, the tofu, the ham in there, and then we got sweet potatoes, and then these are all like hors d'oeuvres. Some pumpkin pie, whatnot. I even got raspberry pie cooling off in there, and we even got more food. LT over here, he's making some mac and cheese that's in the oven. We got chicken, and then he's making some cornbread as well. So we got plenty of food.
And that's why I wear this clothes today for the pillows.
Right. Now my Albuquerque turkey is so happy in his bed, 'cause for our Thanksgiving dinner we had mac and cheese instead. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Alright, Thanksgiving's basically over. Only thing we've learned is Cowboys still suck, as I've always determined.
Nobody likes you more.
Whoa, calm down.
And get the fuck out.
Oh, okay, Jesus Christ. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving!
You can Photoshop it. Wow, alright.
Happy Thanksgiving with some tobacco or some Jim Beam.
Happy
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.
Alright, good job.
Gobble, 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 get. And he wobbles and he gobbles and he's absolutely mine.